Have a pleasant day, everyone. I am Alian.
I am Nicholas
and SALDRIN, and our topic for today's video are computer specifications and compatibility. What is a specification? PC hardware specifications are a summary of a computer's internal components, including its processor, memory, RAM, Windows version, and other system information. Our examples of PC specs include hard drive capacity and processor speed. PC specs can show you how well your computer can perform certain processes. What are the different specifications of computer parts? Computer hardware specifications are technical descriptions of the computer's components and capabilities. Processor speed, model, and manufacturer. Processor speed is typically indicated in gigahertz. The higher the number, the faster the computer. Random access memory or RAM. This is typically indicated in gigabytes. The more RAM in a computer, the more it can do simultaneously. Hard disk, sometimes called ROM. Space. This is typically indicated in gigabytes and refers generally to the amount of information like documents, music, and other data your computer can hold. What are the speed units used in different computer parts? If you own a modern computer, it is probably several times faster than the one that landed on the first lunar module on the moon. Modern personal computers consist of many components that work together to make lives more productive and fun. The speed at which your computer operates varies according to the speeds of its individual components. Learning how these components work can help you understand why bottlenecks occur and help you make wiser computer purchasing decisions. CPU. You may have heard the term clock speed. It refers to the speed of your computer's central processing unit or CPU, often called the brain of the computer. The CPU processes the instructions that programmers write when they create applications. Hardware makers measure a CPU's clock speed using a unit called gigahertz. A CPU running at 3 gigahertz processes data faster than one running at 1 gigahertz. The speed at which data flows from the CPU to applications also affects the computer speed. Hard drive. If your computer did not need to read stored data, it would not need a hard drive. Because it does. The computer must retrieve bits of information from a disk that spins at thousands of revolutions per second. The hard drive's speed determines how long it takes an application to access the data it needs. If you need a computer that retrieves data very fast, you can connect multiple hard drives into an array that acts as a unit. Hardware makers call this a redundant array of independent disks or RAID. Memory. Your computer has two types of memory: random access memory and read-only memory. Computer users frequently upgrade RAM by purchasing small sticks of memory and inserting them into their computers. Memory affects computer speed because the CPU must move information into memory and retrieve data from it when running applications. If you have a lot of memory, the CPU can move larger chunks of it faster. Computers also use your hard drive as a virtual memory area when your RAM cannot hold any more data. When this happens, it takes a little longer for your computer to perform a task. Ensuring that your computer has sufficient RAM reduces its use of virtual memory.
What are the capacity units used in different computer parts? Memory unit is the amount of data that can be stored in the storage unit. This storage capacity is expressed in terms of bytes. The following table explains the main memory storage units. Bit or binary digit. A binary digit is logical 0 and 1 representing a passive or an active state of a component in an electric circuit. Nibble. A group of 4 bits is called a nibble. Byte. A group of 8 bits is called byte. A byte is the smallest unit which can represent a data item or a character. Word. A computer word. Like a byte, it is a group of fixed number of bits processed as a unit. which varies from computer to computer but is fixed for each computer. The length of a computer word is called word size or word length. It may be as small as an 8 bits or may be as long as 96 bits. A computer stores the information in the form of computer word. The following table lists some higher storage units. Kilobyte. A kilobyte is equal to 1024 bytes. Megabyte. A megabyte is equal to 1024 kilobytes. Gigabyte. A gigabyte is equal to 1024 megabytes. A terabyte, the biggest unit, is equal to 1024 gigabytes. And also, in order for your computer to work smoothly, you should know what specs are required for each categories. For an office computer, you will need an Intel Core i5. And for memory, you would need 16 gigs of RAM. For storage, you would need 500 gigabytes of internal storage drive. And for the monitor, you would need 15 inches of LCD monitor. And for gaming computers, you would need an AMD Ryzen 9 5900 processor. And for smooth graphics, you would need NVIDIA RTX 3080. And for your memory, you would need a 32GB RAM DDR4 4800 MHz. And for your storage, you would need at least a terabyte of storage. For the monitor, you would need an Asus TUF 27 inches Full HD monitor with a refresh rate of 165Hz. And for the motherboard, a Gigabyte Z790 Aeros Extreme is enough. For video editing computers, you would need an Intel i9-9900K processor. For graphics, you would need the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 2080. For memory, you would need an 32GB or 64GB. For storage, at least 1TB. For the monitor, you would need an Asus ProArt 32-inch monitor. For the motherboard, you would need an Gigabyte B450 Aeros Pro Wi-Fi. And for the computer case, you would need an M2 Evolve case.
How much budget is needed to build a gaming computer? The low end is 25,000 pesos. The mid end are 55,000 pesos up to 60,000 pesos. And the high end are 80,000 pesos up to 130,000 pesos. How can I tell that a computer part is compatible with motherboard? First, check the motherboard CPU socket and compare against your choosing processor. Second, see what memory module the motherboard supports. Example being a DDR4 2300 MHz. And third, similarity to the board. See what memory module the CPU can support. Generalization and conclusions. Why is it important to know the specs of your computer? Well, it's largely because these specs greatly affects the utility of the computer. Seasoned computer users probably already know how each of these stats affect computer performance and may need even more detailed information such as CPU clock speed, cooling performance, dedicated graphics processor stats, and etc.
Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something.